Hello, welcome. In this video, we are going to learn how to sum a column in Excel. So we are going to see how to total a column. So here I have a sample data that I made up is a data about employees, the number of weeks they work, the hours they work per week, and the fourth column here is the total hours put together, which is the product of the weeks worked times the hours per week. All right, so we are going to calculate the total hours for each employee by using the Excel formula method. First, to do this, we are going to select the cell. So the first cell here in the total hours column, we are going to select it, and then we are going to start the calculations. In Excel, the calculations or formulas are started with the equal to symbol. So click on the equal, we'll type the equal to symbol, then click on the first cell in the weeks column, then click the cell in the hours per week column. So that basically selects the two cells. So first, we'll select the first cell, which is the weeks, then we add the multiplication symbol, then select the next cell, then hit the enter key. That calculates it for us. So what we are going to do next, we are going to go to the right edge, see the plus sign, drag it down to the last cell in the column. So that will automatically pre-fill the empty spaces using doing the calculation. Okay, I missed the step. All right, so we have successfully calculated the total hours for each employee. Now, next thing we want to do is to see how we can sum these values for each column. So there are basically two ways we can do it. We can use the manual formula method. So what we are going to do, where we want to do the summation, where we want the total to appear, that's where we. So first things first, I'm going to add a row. I'm going to name it total. Then to calculate the sum for this column, basically we'll start with the equal to symbol, which tells Excel that we are typing a formula. Then we'll type the sum function, then select and drag to the last entry. So when we do that, it's going to sum it for us. So here it is. I'm going to drag it down. All right, and okay, I need to do this again. So type the equal to symbol, then type the sum, which is a function that adds the values together. So we click and drag down to the last entry, which is 8 now. All right, and that selects the cells for us. So that's B2 to the last one, which should be B17 or B16 or so. Then we'll click the enter. That's calculated it. Then the same thing we can do in the other columns. But there's another way to do this. And what I'm going to do, just select the column. Okay, just select the cell here. Then, depending on the version of MX Excel you are using, you locate the formula on here on the tab toolbar. You see formula, then we'll click on the summation symbol. This summation symbol automatically sums the values in the column. So, provided that where you place your selector, your cursor, is the column where you want to sum the entries. It will automatically select the numerical range. Okay, and then click enter, it will calculate it. So that is that. So let's do it for the next column, the hours per week column. You see, so place a cursor there, all right, on the empty cell where we want the total to appear, and we click the summation symbol and hit enter. And there we go. All right, I believe you've seen and you've learned how to total values in Excel. If you got value from this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you for watching.